I'm Nishan.
And I'm Kim, and you're watching Wolf News.
This week, we've decided to spice up the show with a couple new segments, you know?
And we're very excited for you to see them, but first, here's Stuco.
Today is National Wear Red Day in honor of Heart Health Month. Chandler High is offering free and discounted training if you want your certification for CPR. Scan the QR code to let us know you're interested. Date will be scheduled for later this semester.
If you guys saw last week's show, you guys know that Campus Buzz rated my spot the worst. Well, I think
hold on. Yours wasn't even finished yet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say, I think they should look at my final spot.
Oh, you scared me there. Anyways, here's Julie and Malia.
Welcome back to Definitely Current Events with Malia and Julia. First on our list of the freshest news on campus that I bet you haven't even heard about yet, the Unity Assembly from 2 weeks ago that you all attended.
But since you guys were all kind of like required to go and whatever and definitely saw it, instead of just doing a recap, we got some of the performers to ask them a few questions.
I'm Naraya Earl.
My name is Jaden Stiltner.
And I'm Amanda Sosa.
My name's Aaron Lopez.
Hi, my name is Natalia Scott. I performed with our BSU.
Oh, we performed with, it was chamber choir and jazz band.
I played guitar for jazz band.
I did a solo act with Lift Me Up by Rihanna. We were asking our dance teacher, and we were talking about her about step and stuff like that, and she said Chandler hasn't had a step team in 10 years. So we were like, well, why don't we just do a step performance for the Unity Assembly?
We performed Hey Jude because chamber choir loves the Beatles, and it's a song that kind of brings people together. Everybody knows Hey Jude. So it's very sweet, very sentimental, and it has a lot of meaning.
To me, this performance means that just bringing kind of a new style to more 60s music, especially with my guitar solo. I kind of brought in a lot more modern music, or modern kind of metal music into older music, so yeah.
I chose doing that song because the song was made out of Chadwick Boseman's death, and all cultures have to deal with grieving a loved one, and I thought we can all heal together in a way. I want to say the start of something new, but bringing back something that hasn't been done in a while.
Performance actually means a lot to us. We've been doing this since our freshman year, so it's just a good bonding experience and just a lot of fun.
And while we're on super current news, let's talk about the Wolf Howl that came out in December. There's actually some really interesting stuff in there. There's an article about the Van Gogh tomato soup protest. There's the best movies of 2022. And there's the World Cup winners. I know everybody was talking about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, like we said, super current.
There's actually some timeless stuff in there as well. There's an article about Minecraft.
OMG, Minecraft is so poggers.
And this might seem like super uncurrent, irrelevant news, but they actually just came out with a new Wolf Howl, the arts issue, so you should check that out as well.
Speaking of irrelevant, uncurrent news, yesterday was Groundhog's Day, so now I don't remember which means the spring or the more winter, but it's still pretty cold, so it seems like we're out of luck. That's all we've got this week, Wolves.
Bye.
I'm very excited about this next segment. Have you guys ever been curious about some of the classes here at Chandler High but couldn't take them?
Well, do I have some good news for you. Helen and Salem are here for some academic investigations to tell you about them.
Here they are.
You've heard of academic validation.
But have you heard of academic investigation?
On this show, we see what's going on not just around campus, but in your very own classes.
Want to know about a cool science experiment happening in biology or jazz bands' new repertoire? Then stick around.
Today, we're starting in the Language Building. We'll talk to Kit, a French 2 student.
And we'll see what they're speaking up.
Then we head to the Fine Arts Building to visit a jewelry class.
We'll work with some sheet metal, bench pins, and saws to make some necklaces.
I can't wait.
Let's head to French 2.
Let's go.
Deux, trois, quatre, cinq.
French 2 is the course you would take after French 1.
Yeah, we're working on like posters.
Visual posters
visual,
to like
visual
advertise.
posters. Yeah, to
Make that
advertise.
advertising.
Our French Expo.
Advanced jewelry students first start class with the demonstration and lesson from Miss Clapp. Then, with all their new knowledge, they head off on their own to continue working on their projects. Right now, advanced jewelry students are working on their first project, combining all the things they learned from Jewelry 1, like sawing sheet metal, punching holes in the metal, and then putting it all together. Salem and I were able to participate and even got to make our own metal necklaces. We were definitely not as good as these advanced students, though.
Oh, well.
A lot of people think that French is tough and that's why they'll take Spanish, but I feel like for traveling around the world, like French would be more beneficial. I would say the more you practice it, like if you were to practice it daily, then it would be pretty easy, but if you don't practice, then yeah, it's really tough. So it's really like however hard you make it for yourself.
So you don't pronounce the last like if unless it's those letters, that it's every other letter. So C, R, F, L. So if it is those letters, then you can pronounce them. But if they're not, then you don't.
So that when you're sawing the saws on the metal.
This is so fun.
So go ahead and grab a saw blade.
Because I did mine like on the outside, right? That's how it's supposed to be.
I think we did it. All right.
Okay.
History with the French language is well, I was born and raised in France, and I came here as a student, as an exchange student in the late 90s. So I feel like I have a very privileged situation being raised and born in France and having so many stories and personal stories to tell that I can directly relate to my students. And when I was a student in high school, I took many languages, like English, obviously, Spanish, Italian. So language has always fascinated me.
Okay, so I've made my necklace.
Sawing that sheet metal and jewelry was quite difficult.
And learning a Romance language while being in German is also quite difficult.
But it was fun, so thank you teachers for letting us kind of invade your classes.
And feel free to send us any classes you want to see on Academic Investigations.
Crazy weather we've been having, huh?
I know, it's been so cold and I've dressed so warm, but I really cannot imagine how much our athletes feel it.
I think Alyssa can help us out with that. Here's Wolf Lights.
Hey Wolves, welcome back to another week of Wolf Lights. Starting off with boys basketball. Our boys had a game against Bastia and unfortunately couldn't put up the win, losing 46-70. They went against Hamilton and fought hard, winning 48-43. Good job, boys. Our girls basketball had up a win against Bastia, winning 57-43. They also played against Hamilton and unfortunately couldn't put through, losing 45-72. Our boys soccer fought hard to bring home the win against Hamilton, but at the end of the day, they ended up losing, sadly, 1-3. They also played against Brophy Prep, losing 1-4. Our girls soccer team had a game against Hamilton and unfortunately couldn't pull through, losing 1-3. They also went against Westwood and annihilated them, winning 7-0. Good job, girls. And to talk more about soccer, here are our soccer coaches.
I am Coach Wood. I am the head coach for the varsity girls soccer program here at Chandler High School.
I'm Coach Hunter. Been here for 12 years at Chandler High School and been in the district for 23. So far we're doing okay. First part of the season we came out strong. Second part we knew it was going to get a little harder in our region play, so we're hanging in there and doing okay.
Oh, it's been great. We actually have more wins than we've ever had. It's been really positive. We have a lot of seniors, but we also have some younger players too that contribute, and everybody has pretty good attitudes, and the culture is a good thing, which is what we harp on as a team, is have a good culture. So it's been a really good year for us. We have a few, we're lucky, we have a lot of really good seniors. So we have 2 senior forwards, Molly Marlinga and Aubrey McCaster, who have done an excellent job. They both have over 10 goals each. Then we got 2 seniors in our back line too, Sophia and Isa Mullen, they're actually sisters, who kind of anchor our back line and keep the ball out of our own net. So between those seniors, and we have more too, but they do a good job kind of scoring the goals for us and then keeping it out of our own net.
And we have some other leaders on the team as well too that we're trying to step up and make some changes. It's hard shoes to fill too, because from last year being state runner-up and then coming in, we lost 12 seniors, and then a lot of people had to step up, juniors that had to step up and are now seniors. So most difficult game was probably, I would say, against Hamilton or Brophy in our region. Like we talked about, the kids knew our region is the strongest region in the state. Out of the four teams, there's 5 teams, 4 of us were in the top 10 during that time. So we knew that'd be the Hamilton Brophy would be the tough games. Turn!
Oh man, there's so many moments. So many games where they've just kind of shown up and done. The Hamilton game, they showed up. Castile, we played really well. They show up for the big games, and they do exactly what I ask from the beginning of our season all the way to now. So I don't know if I can pick one. There's been some crazy moments, but just the fact that they execute everything that I ask them to do.
Didn't say anything. Hey, go ahead, keep going. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. That was perfect. Can we do that? Yes, sir. Can we do that? Yes, sir. Hey, let's get on it then, guys. All right? 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! Whoa! Let's go!
For any further scores on our Chandler High sports, be sure to check maxpreps.com. That's all I have for this week, Wolves. My name is Alyssa Rodriguez, and you're watching Wolf Lights.
Last Friday, the Language Department had their annual Language Expo. We heard it was a lot of fun, and the students worked hard to create some interactive pieces and artwork and presentations.
I'm in Spanish 4 right now with Senora Weifels. Our group did a bingo board with different pieces of Spanish cultural history. This means a lot because as someone who is half Latino, I'm really able to connect a lot with my history and like my forefathers.
There's like different trash, right? Let me show you. So we have the Trader Joe's bag. Look, I'm showing my poster. Yeah. And then we have recycling. And so you put like what can be recycled. This cannot be recycled. This cannot be recycled. Okay, so quédalo junto, agárralo.
That's it for this week, Wolves.
Hope you guys have a safe weekend and enjoy it. Bye!